Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Notmere here, reminding you that dark forces are at work. And tonight, we will be talking about a plethora of demons that are affecting the internet and all surrounding entities outside the boundaries of this mysterious world. Yes, indeed, it appears that the demon Moloch has been summoned by the putrid followers of these Hollywood elites that are performing some of the most demonic rituals that the mankind has ever seen. I know a number of these rituals, but demons like myself do not associate with such demonic principles. I myself was a follower of Mr. Aleister Crowley, and I studied many of the books he offered me and learned much about my demonic allies, who I am now one with. But if I can say, the demon Moloch, who is merely an associate of mine, I've never met him in person, is the demon that these sacrifices are being given to. He is the one responsible for the plight of a young singer, some young, strapping young lad who's recently posted a picture onto his social media site, where it appears that he be suffering from some sort of melancholy that has affected him in his later years. And as you can see in some of the video footage, you might know who I am talking about. He is an accomplice of a man known as P. Diddy. Now, P. Diddy, by all accounts, seems to be a follower of Moloch and has sacrificed many young spirits to him. Now, as I said, I do not associate with such demonic forces. I associate with the plethora and frenzies of demons that I met when I was still a man, still in a mortal body, possessing the capabilities of you and such folks here on the internet. But these demons, the ones being summoned by these Hollywood elites, such as Miss Ellen DeGeneres and P. Diddy, have been in the works, in the makings for years now. There have been many tall tales of suicide. A man named Twitch, who was an associate of Mr. P. Diddy, had apparently committed suicide over strange circumstances that involve secret meetings and secret handshakes and group activities that involved wearing masks and such matters that you would see the likes of my accomplices perform in the human self, such as Mr. Crowley. He would dabble in such rituals, wearing masks, having his sex parties and things like that. I did not associate with much. I may have sacrificed a goat or two, but when it came to the freaky, they call it spirit cooking, I sort of stayed away from such matters and did not heavily involve myself. But these rituals, these performances, would summon demons such as Moloch, who prefers child sacrifices. And according to the rumors, according to the myths and legends, that these talk show hosts were taking young men, such as a man known as Usher, and selling him off to people such as P. Diddy, who would, for a lack of better terms, try to make him interested in the same type of human body. And if he didn't like it, they would do things that would mentally disable these people and hurt them and scar them for life. All in thanks to the demon Moloch, who they're making these sacrifices for. Now, one of P. Diddy's associates, a man by the name of Twitch, was said to have been one of these accomplices of the record producer who, for a lack of better terms, was pressured into making love to P. Diddy, and Ellen DeGeneres had offered this man, Twitch, to P. Diddy. And through the years of courtsement, I imagine that Mr. Twitch could no longer take the abuse or the suffering and ended it all. Under very mysterious circumstances too, nonetheless. As it may be with these incidents, Mr. Bieber has made some remarks of his own about the record producer that correlate with the same abuses that we've been hearing all throughout the years with these Hollywood elites, sex trafficking rings, prostitution, and in some strange cases, they talk about adrenochrome. Now, adrenochrome is one hell of a drug, but I myself have never dabbled with it, not in my human form nor my demonic form. This is of an evil that lurks deep beneath mankind, that goes unchecked by most eyes and ears. It seems to be ever so present, straight out in the open, but not many speak of it. Mr. Bieber, on the other hand, seems to be suffering from the same malaise that Twitch had suffered from through years and years of courtsement. P. Diddy has been seen on numerous occasions with these labels and these artists, these talents that he was hiring, who he would force them to do sexual favors for him, according to the legends and according to the myths and according to the rumors. So it is not out of the realm of thinking that we should be keeping a dire eye on Mr. P. Diddy and all of his activities, but as last as I have known, he sort of skipped town, has he not? As for some of these other celebrities who are associated with Mr. P. Diddy, such as Usher, Usher was said to have been taken to wild sex parties with Mr. P. Diddy, and at a young age too, and that Mr. P. Diddy would wrestle with Usher in a bed. They would wrestle for Cheerios, weird, strange things like that. And the caveat, the very sick and filthy, disgusting caveat is, Mr. P. Diddy had adopted Usher when he was only 15 years old. And he had done the same with Justin Bieber. He adopted Justin Bieber and gave him a car. He said, when you're 16, you can drive this. And he shook his hand. You got that? He also said, and when you get older, you'll have your own mansion too. Now, what are all of these promises for? Why is he doing these things? And what is the association with the talk show host Ellen DeGeneres? It seems there's a lot of connections into human trafficking and the procuring of bodies for sex slaves, servants, or maybe even selling the body parts. We can't be entirely sure, but we don't want to dive too deep into the realm of the QAnon conspiracies and things of that matter. But it does appear that Miss DeGeneres had her associations with a man known as Jeffrey Epstein, and many people have made the connection that her set looked awfully similar to a temple dedicated to Moloch on Mr. Jeffrey Epstein's island. Now, Moloch is a demon I want you to become very acquainted with mentally. He is a demon that prefers child sacrifices, and again, I have not met him in my demonic form, nor my human form, but I have met many who have accompanied him on his astral journeys throughout the cosmosphere and the physical world itself when he has manifested himself into the human form. Now I tell you, he is one of the elite's most primed and favored demons, one of the largest overlords that mankind has worshipped and has made many sacrifices for. There's many conspiracies regarding Miss Ellen DeGeneres and her relation to this man known as P. Diddy. And I think a lot of it is worth looking into. Maybe some people out there in the eternal physical world have come to untimely ends in the most mysterious ways too, because of their relations with these people and the things they've known. Secret meetings, secret parties, strange rituals, and selling items on websites that are named after people who have gone missing, and selling them for outrageous prices like $10,000 for a pillow. You have to stop and ask yourself, what do we know, and what do they know, and how do we know more of it, so we can conclude our answers as to what's truly going on? And I think the answers lie within people such as Mr. Bieber, the one who needs to be looked after now that he has experienced such demonic forces that most men themselves would not be able to handle. So with that said, keep your eyes peeled and your ears open for the forces out there that are creating such malarkey in your physical world and the cosmosphere as well, because they are controlling you, and they are getting away with it day by day. And a demonic force such as myself will always be an ally to those who favor the dark arts. With that, I am Dr. Nadia. Thank you, and I'll see you again.